Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I get to check out the 4K UHD release of Way of the Dragon from Arrow Video. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like the video and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So continuing on from my unboxing of the incredible Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest box set from Arrow Video, I have now reached Way of the Dragon, this incredible directorial debut from Bruce Lee himself. Of course, after making The Big Boss and Fist of Fury with Lo Wei, Bruce decided he wanted to do things his way, and rightly so, because this is absolutely one of my favourites. One of my regular weekend watches when I was a very young child. I did talk about this in the unboxing, that when I went to stay at my friend's house, or visit even, every weekend, Friday or Saturday, we would always put on his Rank Home Video release of Way of the Dragon, and had an absolute blast. I just thought it was a fantastic film, and of course over the years I've gotten different forms of media for this, but this now is the ultimate. Perhaps now I can stop collecting Bruce Lee movies, but this is now the ultimate version, and it is, the 4K again is stunning, and aside from some very unfocused camera work, because there's quite a bit of unfocused camera work in this, let's be honest, Way of the Dragon isn't really captured perfectly. I would have sacked the cameraman a long time ago if I had seen the early rushes. There's a lot of questionable moments of focus, but when it comes down to it and you do get a great shot, it is beautiful. And that final half an hour, that final 30 minutes is just friggin' incredible. That's when things just friggin' run up and just leap off there. Everything about those final 30 minutes is stunning. Okay, so of course this movie also opens with the first new Golden Harvest logo, not the big gold G that we have foreseen forever via Jackie Chan movies and fallen in love with, but it's a very different form as to what we would have seen with The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. So this is the first new Golden Harvest logo for a Bruce Lee movie. And also, if you watch the credits closely, it does say that it is directed and scripted by Bruce Lee, but they've actually spelled scripted wrong, and I've never noticed this until now, but it does say directed and scripted. Directed and scripted by Bruce Lee. Keep an eye out for that. I don't know how that passed by, but I mean, you know, it's a long time, it's decades past, so there's no fixing it now. Directed and scripted by Bruce Lee. Of course, then there's the Japanese version on here, which was pretty cool. I started watching that. Picture quality was stunning in it. It has a new opening and closing song. In fact, the film has a great score all over. I adore the score of Way of the Dragon, but the Japanese version adds some lyrics to it, and it works. It's pretty cool. They've done the same with some Jackie Chan movies back in the day. Also, you've got a great selection of trailers once again there. I mean, absolutely jam-packed with TV spots, trailers, radio spots, and probably about 12 minutes of Bruceploitation trailers in there also, featuring Bruce Lee and Dragon Lee and some others there, which is cool to see. Again, not restored in any way, but just fun to see this kind of collection of grindhouse trailers. I always get tickled with those kind of things. Then we have a doco on there called Way of the Camera, ironically. It's a 51-minute doco on Bruce's ways of filmmaking and fighting, directing fighting, things like that. And again, I think this is made by Michael Worth, who also appears in there, along with Andy Chang, Frank Jiang. So that it's quite a nice little doco, and gives us plenty of information and behind the scenes photos and footage, which is always cool to see, but very well put together. So it is. On what else there? We've got another, of course, another extensive photo gallery of behind the scenes shots, lobby cards, posters, video art, that kind of thing. And then there are a bunch of archival interviews, quite a few archival interviews there, with John Ben, who's the bad guy, Huang In-sik, Bob Wall, Chaplin Chang, Louis Sit, and then there's an introduction by Robert Lee. So you're getting probably over an hour and a half in total of archival interviews for Way of the Dragon here. So again, a feature-length piece when you put them all together and watch them straight through, which is pretty cool. Meet the Italian Beauty. This was an odd one for me. Meet the Italian Beauty, 26-minute interview with Melissa Longo, who plays the hooker in the film there. Obviously they're in Rome. She turns up on the bench, smiles at Bruce. Bruce gets the wrong idea and heads home with her. It was an interesting 26-minute interview regarding her career and what she had to say, but I thought it was a very odd choice to actually interview her, considering how short her screen time is and how really it's not really sort of like a major plot point either. But you know what? It's on there. It's another extra feature. It didn't excite me too much. And neither did, no disrespect to the man, but neither did the oddly titled Scottish Soldier Meets the Dragon, a newly filmed interview with on-set observer John Young. This was a bit of an odd one again, and I feel they were just kind of like just trying to find something to put on there and fill it out. Interesting to hear what he had to say, by all means. Just kind of seems like a regular guy, but had spent some time in the army here in Northern Ireland and then was shipped out to Hong Kong in the early 70s. So he does talk about his memories of Bruce Lee and the inspiration, his time in Hong Kong, things like that in the early 70s. Runs for around 18 minutes or so. But again, interesting to listen to, but the two interviews there, those two new interviews were kind of like... then we have got an interesting... scene select audio commentary with Peter Schwer, a German actor, I believe, and he plays the big, tall, skinny thug in the tie-dye t-shirt. He always cracks me up when he appears on screen because, I mean, this guy looks like he's never been in a fight in his life, and when he's facing up against Bruce Lee, it's hilarious because he's just... you just know that he's not prepared for what's coming. But he, along with Michael Worth, does some interesting audio commentary over his select scenes. Runs for probably about 18 minutes. But again, a fun wee extra to have in there. And I'm sure he had a ball being on set with Bruce himself, which is just pretty cool. And then, of course, it was fun to see the alternate credits. The opening credits and stuff. There's different versions on there, probably about 4 to watch, which was pretty cool. Again, you're going to get them in all these, but it's always nice to see if you are a massive fan. So there we have it. That is the 4K UHD release of Way of the Dragon from Arrow Video, and an absolute joy to have this in my collection. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews and follow me on Instagram at Invincible Asia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu and I will see you soon.